In the world of professional boxing, athletes are revered as modern-day gladiators, battling in the ring for glory, fame, and fortune. Their rise to the pinnacle of success is often meteoric, marked by the roar of the crowd, multi-million-dollar contracts, and the glittering allure of championship belts. Yet beneath the surface of this glittering facade lies a darker, more sobering reality. So what happens when the lights dim, the crowds disperse, and the champions are left to grapple with their greatest opponents yet? Financial instability and personal demons.
White has been criticized for his low fighter pay and for his refusal to share more revenue with the fighters. He has also been accused of being more interested in making money than in promoting the sport of MMA.
We can't talk about boxers in debt without mentioning one of the reasons why a lot of fighters find themselves financially strained: Dana White. As the president of the UFC, White's leadership has been instrumental in transforming the UFC into a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse. However, his tenure has also been marked by controversial practices that have left many fighters struggling to make ends meet. Despite the UFC's massive revenues, many fighters have publicly criticized the organization for its low pay. Fighters like John Fitch, Randy Couture, and Mark Hunt have been vocal about the significant disparity between UFC profits and fighter compensation. While top-tier fighters like Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov rake in millions, the majority of fighters earn considerably less, with many struggling to cover basic expenses. Unlike other major sports leagues where athletes receive a substantial portion of revenue, often around 50%, UFC fighters reportedly receive less than 20% of the company's earnings. This disparity has led to calls for unionization and better financial transparency. In leagues like the NFL, NBA, and MLB, athletes' revenue sharing acknowledges their critical role in generating income. The UFC's model, however, leaves fighters with a smaller slice of the financial pie, despite their pivotal role in the sport's success. White's response to these criticisms has often been dismissive, asserting that fighters are paid fairly based on their drawing power and marketability. He argues that those who bring in more viewers and generate higher pay-per-view sales naturally earn more, while others receive less. White claims the pay structure is aligned with market standards and highlights additional income opportunities through bonuses and sponsorships. However, this stance has fueled perceptions of greed and reluctance to share the UFC's financial success equitably.
Held in 2003 that Tyson owed $13.4 million to the IRS, $117,000 to 5 different states, as well as $4 million to British tax authorities, and things only got worse from here.
Mike Tyson, once the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, was the embodiment of boxing's most electrifying moments. Known for his explosive knockout power and ferocious demeanor, Tyson raked in a fortune that could make even the most extravagant spenders blush. At just 20 years old, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, and his bank account soared to heights that could give a rocket a run for its money.
He became as legendary as his knockouts, and by the middle of the 90s, he had spent a whopping $4.5 million on cars and motorbikes.
Tyson's lifestyle was a high-stakes game of how many mansions can one man buy. With luxury cars, mansions, and a pet tiger collection that looked like something out of a Las Vegas magic act, his wealth began to dwindle faster than a punch-drunk boxer's stamina. Throw in a high-profile rape conviction in 1992, a 3-year prison stint, and a series of questionable investments, and it was clear Tyson's financial strategy was spend now, worry later. By 2003, Tyson's money troubles had ballooned to epic proportions. Filing for bankruptcy, he claimed to be $23 million in debt, proof that sometimes even being a boxing champ can't protect you from going from king of the ring to king of credit card debt. Tyson did make a comeback that's as wild as his boxing career. He took a leap into acting, landing roles in films like The Hangover, where he played himself with just a bit more acting than usual. His one-man show, Mike Tyson, Undisputed Truth, was so successful that it made people forget he once thought buying a tiger was a good investment. Tyson also dived into the cannabis industry with his Tyson Ranch, proving he could make money grow like, well, weeds. To top it all off, Tyson started a podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, where he shares his life's tales and wisdom, making it seem like he's been training in the art of reinvention just as hard as he did in the ring. His financial troubles are a hilarious reminder of the wild side of wealth and the importance of keeping your finances in check. Yet, His ability to bounce back and reinvent himself shows that even if you've knocked out your bank account, you can still make a comeback with a few good swings and a lot of hustle. By the way, hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Now let's get back to it. But Tyson isn't the only fighter who's had to face the harsh realities of financial instability. Just as his tale is one of dramatic highs and lows, so too is the story of Evander Holyfield. A boxing icon despite earning a fortune that could make Scrooge McDuck green with envy, Holyfield's financial management was, to put it mildly, a bit of a mess. Imagine holding on to a 109-room mansion while the bills pile up like discarded fight posters. Holyfield's financial misadventures included lavish spending, legal battles, and a lifestyle that could have made even the most extravagant Hollywood star blush. His mansion, which might as well have been a personal amusement park, eventually faced foreclosure in 2008, highlighting just how quickly a fortune can evaporate.
Evander Holyfield faces jail time for $300,000 child support debt, as reported by TMZ.com.
Holyfield's troubles didn't stop there. His ongoing legal battles over unpaid child support added more drama to his financial downfall. These struggles serve as a stark reminder that even the most legendary fighters can find themselves in the financial ring with formidable opponents, bad investments, extravagant spending, and legal troubles. Holyfield's story highlights the perils of financial mismanagement and the challenges of overcoming it. It also underscores the universal truth: no matter how much you earn, managing wealth wisely is crucial. Riddick Bowe, the heavyweight champ whose financial saga reads like a script for a slapstick comedy. Bowe's career was packed with impressive victories and a stunning championship reign, but his financial management was anything but a winning strategy. Despite earning millions and being at the top of his game, his post-boxing life was like watching a slow-motion train wreck of poor decisions and escalating debt.
All my money was stolen.
By who?
Well, can I say? Well, I believe my manager stole my money, Rock Newman.
After hanging up his gloves, Bowe's financial acumen proved about as effective as a paper shield in a fistfight. By 2005, he found himself declaring bankruptcy with debts exceeding $4 million, an amount that could make a personal accountant's head spin. His extravagant spending habits and legal issues became the stuff of financial horror stories. Maintaining a lavish lifestyle with a budget that apparently didn't account for reality, Bowe's financial troubles were compounded by unsuccessful attempts to make a boxing comeback. These comebacks, while valiant in spirit, were more reminiscent of a bad sequel, underwhelming and quickly forgotten.
We're staggering. He goes over against the rope. He's down on his knees. Galeno is down. And Arthur Denneman stops the fight. Joe Louis is still champion of the world on a technical knockout.
Joe Louis' post-boxing life was a far cry from his smooth and powerful performances in the ring. Despite his towering achievements and earning potential, his financial management was about as effective as a featherweight trying to take on a heavyweight. Trying to resolve his tax woes, Louis dove into a series of gigs that could only be described as attempts to make a quick buck. From promotional work to sporadic exhibitions, he was like a circus performer juggling flaming torches while trying to outrun a lion. Only in his case, the lion was a mountain of tax debt. Despite his efforts, it felt like he was using a garden hose to put out a raging inferno. Louis's attempts to dig himself out of debt included calling in favors from friends and relying on support from those around him. However, the tax bills kept piling up like a never-ending series of bad reviews. It was as if his financial troubles were scripted for a soap opera, full of drama, constant setbacks, and not a happy ending in sight, unless we're talking about this video, which does have an ending. Their stories highlight the resilience and grit that defined their careers, serving as a sobering reminder to manage wealth wisely.